Hello, Gordon, and today's weekend rental's gonna be a game I had previously covered already as a weekend rental. Perfect playthrough number 130, SegaSonic the Hedgehog for the arcade. Yes, I am revisiting this game because it is officially the very last classic era Sonic game I've yet to cover here on this channel. And because I intend to beat the game and accomplish everything the game has to offer, I'm going to suspend my rule set regarding any credit caps. Instead, I am going to attempt to beat this game straight up. With that cleared up, let's begin my final perfect playthrough of Summer Sega. Okay, so as a further reminder, I did have to play this. I had to play this game online. And in the perfect playthrough conditions for Sega Sonic the Hedgehog, I ultimately decide all you really need to do is beat the game. And that's a little because we have unlimited continue. So long as we have credits, we can continue to try as many times as we want. However, at the very end of the final stage, if you don't make it to the very end before time runs out, the game ends automatically, regardless of how many credits you. So, I'm just gonna max on credits here. And I'm just going to start with Sonic. I'm actually gonna be playing with the keyboard. You would think, oh, I'm going instead of an actual controller. You might think, oh, you're like gonna be using like the mouse or the mouse pad on the laptop. But no, I'm just gonna be using one of the analog stick, the directional buttons on my controller. And it's very awkward, as you can see, but I can make it work. And side note, I'm probably gonna play as each. I'm gonna try to clear each stage with each character at least twice. At least each 2 stages. But I'm gonna want to try. There are 7 levels. I want to try to clear each stage. I'm gonna try to have each character clear at least 2 stages, and I'm gonna begin and end with something. So I'm trying to collect rings here so I could get a ring. That's really the only reason. Well, yeah, that and the rings also slightly recover health. It is really, really difficult to control Sonic because he's like flying all over the place. Sometimes the D-pad doesn't go exactly where he needs to go, but he's running, so I'm not like walking like I would using the analog stick on the controller. But he's very difficult to steer because this is not how you're supposed to control Sonic. Oh, and sorry, I tried, the music just distorts. I think I was mostly just ignoring those walls with all the rings inside them because that's the point. I was like on my up team to trying to beat this team, so I wasn't gonna try to push it. I mean, that's the kind of I will tell you straight up, Sega Sonic the Hedgehog is supposed to have a pretty outstanding soundtrack, very good sound quality, but it doesn't show here whenever I try to play this game online, off of like an online game. There's like a lot of static, there's a lot of lag. I tried, this was literally the best, this session that you see here is literally the best session I had over several attempts at playing this game, and I have this crummy-ass music to play. Alright, so I'm done on this level, I just clear level stocks, so I'm gonna move on with Ray. And I actually was wondering if there were any skill sets, but skill differences between Sonic, Ray, or Mighty. And to the best of my knowledge, there isn't. They're really just possible play. This game is supposed to be up to 3 players, up to 3-player co-op. So the 3 characters basically play the exact same way. But Ray does have some graphical differences as he uses his tail to help climb across these monkey bumpers. They also all have different voices. If you hadn't been here the last time I covered this game on my birthday, something else worth noting is that Ray the Flying Squirrel and Mighty the Armadillo are also DLC playable characters in Sonic Mania Plus. They were added into the playable roster alongside Sonic, Knuckles, and Tails. And Ray is kind of like a glide type of character, I think, in Sonic Mania Plus. While Mighty is similar to Sonic, but he can wall jump. There might be other differences too, because I haven't really invested that much time in Sonic Mania Plus. That's really just cursory knowledge I have. Mighty the Armadillo, as you know, also is a playable character in Knuckles Chaotix, but otherwise, this is the only game that either character has appeared in. Apparently, both Ray the Flying Squirrel and Mighty the Armadillo were among the final possible character designs before they settled on Sonic as their new mascot going forward. And needless to say, I think they chose right. So this stage, pretty much my strategy is simple, just keep heading straight. Don't waste your time, just keep heading straight. Even though, and this is literally one of my worst attempts, like, I have better attempts through this level and I off. Now I'm having trouble trying to steer Mighty's ass through this. I used to do so much better around those antlion pits. Come on, Mighty, stop going back and forth! Like, I could not stop doing that. Like, I could get through this part just fine previously, and I couldn't now. And honestly, this is why I basically decide, you know what, I'm not gonna do the, credit game. This is the last Sonic game from the classic era for me to cover. I'm gonna go ahead and cover it right now. It's a game that people would miss if I were to skip over and just say Sonic the Fighter and Sonic R are my final Sonic games from the classic era. Probably not, about as much as they would be missing out on Sonic 6 Jam on Steam or Sonic Schoolhouse for the PC. Like, I don't think they're really, or like Sonic and Garfield also on the PC. But those were just PC ports of Sonic 1 and Garfield on the X. Always at the end of the stage. Some really stupid shit early on in this level, but overall I did okay. Stupid shenanigans with the controls. The next level is Trap Tower, so once I get through with mine, I'm just going to Something I kind of wish I could show off was the 3-player co-op. I never got to show that. You know, yeah, there are more rings in the wall, but ugh. I think when I played this game, I had enough. I just want to beat this. I just want to finish this. And I want to do it honestly. When I beat the game on my birthday, I literally used cheats for immersion to make myself completely immortal. And to give myself unlimited, infinite time limit at the end of the game. And I can't give this the perfect PlayStation. Now I thought it was funny because I ran into that. And of course I keep getting ran over and squished. Whatever else. Those boxes all contain rings. I'm not gonna bother. Right. And trust me, it doesn't sound anywhere. This game doesn't sound anywhere near as bad as like you're listening to right now. I got a rough draw with this particular recording, with this particular attempt, and there's really nothing I could do about it. All the characters in this game also have distinct voices. I have no idea what they're saying, because even though I took Japanese classes a couple of years in high school, it was Japanese 1 and 2, and that was like half a lifetime ago for me. I'm 35 years old. That would have been when I was 16, 17. I still know a little bit of Japanese, but it's very basic stuff like arigato, or arigato, or konnichiwa. Something that's always fun is trying to figure out what the katakana of your favorite Sonic and Final Fantasy character names would be. In Japanese, to try to write them up. And also, there was a phrase from this, speaking of Final Fantasy, from the Final Fantasy, like, fan video called Final Fantasy 8 Plus. Watashi wa Kakase, which loosely translates to Yahoo I win. And god damn it. And I just could not figure out how to control Ray at that point. Because this is literally isometric, so up, down, left, right don't actually go in the directions that you think it should go. And the game gets super, because you're not supposed to use a D-pad to control your characters, the game gets super confused and can't figure out where you're trying to go. So you get severely punished for it. And I'm trying to turn my ass around, collect the rings, and like the game's like, no, and the game literally can't figure that shit out. It's really annoying. Oddly enough, this is the only boss fight in the entire game. It's not even like level 6 or 7. It's not even like the final level. It's like level 5. That was just weird. And I'm battling against the controls, but I'm trying to hit this. Trying to get Ray to hit this. It's not that hard. The game is not. And this is another reason why I suspended the credit cap for my arcade rules for this particular play session. Especially since I'm now completely committed to beating this game. Legitimate. because I know that I'm constantly being compromised by the controls and the overall responses. So we're about done playing as Ray the Flying Squirrel. As soon as he dies, I'm going to swap him out for Mighty the Armadillo. And by the way, character selecting is so much easier on a keyboard than it is with a controller, because I don't know what's exactly wrong with the controller, but I think there's some sort of drift in the analog controls that causes that. I would really dig a version of this game that runs super smoothly and has its controls converted to a modern controller with the D-pad and analog controls. You know, Sega really should consider re-releasing this game. SegaSonic the Hedgehog and Knuckles Chaotix are the only two Sonic games from the class. And I'm talking official Sonic games, not Sonic Schoolhouse or Sonic 6 Jam or any of the Sonic Tiger games. SegaSonic and SegaSonic the Hedgehog for the arcade. Knuckles Chaotix are the real legit Sonic games that I've never seen a re-release. Not visually, not part of a collection. Now to be fair, there are some versions of old school Sonic games that I've never saw re-released either. 3D Blast on the Saturn and PC I've never gotten re-released. It's always been the Genesis version that they released. The Sonic Gold and Sonic Jam's never got re-released, and that's notable because they had like a 3D tech demo of what the first 3D Sonic game would have played like on the Saturn, called Sonic World. Literally the only Sonic game released outside the Genesis Gear and Master System to get a re-release were Sonic the Fighter from the arcade and Sonic All. Both as part of the Sonic Gems collection. I think they are released eventually as well. That's it. I do think the reason for this is because the Saturn bombed everywhere outside Japan, and Sonic back in the day just couldn't find an audience with Japanese. Just could not find success with Japanese audience. I mean, the Sonic games did okay in Japan, by and large, but everybody was playing Super Nintendo or TurboGrafx-16 back then. They weren't really in Japan. Sonic was really popular everywhere else in the world. The Genesis was extremely popular everywhere else in the world. The Master System was more popular in PAL territories, especially in South America, especially in like South and Central America, especially Brazil. And I do think the reason why it was especially popular along with in Brazil was, alright, this is the final level I beat. Each level, I've beaten 2 levels with everyone else. I'm gonna try to close these off. Out with Sonic. This session was a session I had no clue previously clearing. And now I just can't because Sonic's not moving where I want him to move. So I bounce off the walls, I have to steer away from the ledge. Like, I could not figure out why the controls weren't doing what I want them to do. This is also port over Knuckles Chaos and SegaSonic the Hedgehog for Sonic Origins Plus. Like, as like bonus games that you can get as DLC. Something great. You didn't need to give them the full HD remaster. All you have to do is update the controls a little bit for those games for modern audience, for modern hardware, and that's it. Alright, we made it to Eggman, and now we have to try to make it to the final gauntlet. I have no idea what he's saying. There is an English pad. There is an English version of this game. It never got an official release though. And in the English, so I have no idea what he would have said in Japanese English. What I didn't know is that the English version actually swapped out Eggman's design for Dr. Robotnik in Sonic the Hedgehog, the 90s TV show. Alright, we made it to the very end. We did not waste too much time going down the slope, and we made our escape. Congratulations! We have officially accomplished a perfect playthrough of our very last classic era Sonic game. We've accomplished everything the game has to offer, even if I had to skirt a few things in order to do so, and even though I don't like the sound quality of this recording, I wish I had better footage to show off, I think I'm content. You can kind of tell that I'm checking out. I've essentially checked out of video gaming. It's been a while since I've played a video game or played a Sonic game by this point. I literally just skipped Wednesday's live stream. I didn't bother live stream yesterday or today. Not gonna bother live stream tomorrow. Maybe I'll do something on Labor Day, but yeah, I'm kind of done. Kind of done with Summer Sig. I'm kind of done live streaming for a while. I just want to take a break and get a better handling of my life at this point. But I kind of wish I could play this game under much better circumstances, better controls, better sound quality. Maybe this game would be a lot of fun, but as is, it's probably among my least favorite games that I've completed over the summer. And that was a very cool little tile here, and as per usual, I'm going to sign off as... the fact I got to sign off meant I made a high score. Where I rank? Very, very, very low. Oh well. At least I made the top 15. Whew. So, I do hope you enjoyed my perfect playthrough of SegaSonic the Hedgehog. But at least as much as I hope. At least enjoy this game as much as you possibly could, given the circumstances, given the crappy sound quality and the funky ass controls. But yeah, I do hope you enjoyed the work I've done regardless. Please leave a like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel. I greatly appreciate it. With all out of the way, this is Mike Gordon, sign out.